welcome to the Our Two Cents podcast with your hosts Rosh and Nam. Here we talk about all things pop culture and we have something for everyone. Listen in to our latest episode and we hope you enjoy the show.
Our Two Cents, episode 86.
Yep.
With me, Rush.
And me, Nam.
And we are back for another episode.
And this time it's Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Jack the Halls with us.
Oh, yeah, let's not sing. So you will be very happy to know this is like literally days after our last episode.
Oh my gosh!
So like we didn't post for like 6
revelation.
months, and then all of a sudden we're like,
oh my gosh,
posting so much.
Oh my gosh!
So today's episode, what is it? Hang on. So this is a very special episode.
Is it?
It's gonna be an unedited episode.
Yeah,
because we are putting it out quicker than normal, and because it's Christmas madness, we're not gonna have to. So it's not that I'm not gonna edit at all, but it'll be like minimal editing. So you will hear, barring like something major going on, otherwise it's unedited. Sure. So you will hear some sniffles and some coughs and some
mostly from you.
Yeah, probably, and just silly arguments and conversations or whatever. Yeah. And our little tangents that we sometimes go off on, which I do edit out.
Sometimes we're just like
And the first thing I need to do is I need to lower the volume of my headphone. And you can, while I'm doing that, you can explain what the fiasco that we've just gone through.
Yeah, so basically we had some technical issues before we started recording, to the point where Nam was like, I don't think we're ever going to be able to record ever again because I don't know what's happening.
GarageBand was doing my head in.
And there was just a lot of expletives, profanity being thrown. Enough to last us for the next year, I think. But yeah, it was pretty intense. And
this was definitely not PG.
Yeah, that was not our two cents friendly. But anyway, we're here. So
for some reason, and this is probably something I will edit out, I'm not able to regulate my headphone volume.
Just push it.
Hello. Gosh, it's very loud.
Feel as loud.
I don't know why it's so loud.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not wearing any headphones, so.
Okay, I think that, it's just one volume. It's like if I lower it any further, I can't hear anything. So, whatever. Okay.
Fun.
All right, we'll keep going. So, today's episode, what are we actually talking about?
We are talking about, we're kind of talking a little bit about how you've reconciled to the fact that you're watching Hallmark movies.
Yes.
Hallmark Christmas movies, I should
have
say.
Embraced some Christmas stuff.
Because for the people who have been here the longest, you will know that Nam is not a big fan of the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Nope.
For what reason would you like to give the people? I always
used to find them really annoying. Like, that was my main thing.
Well, that's just rude, but anyway.
And just unrealistic and silly and,
that's the point of them. They're meant to be.
And that's bad.
That's not bad.
Well, not anymore. As you know,
but
I am on board.
How many movies are realistic?
True.
Tell me that.
Not a lot.
Exactly. So most movies aren't realistic.
Okay, I wouldn't say realistic. My big pet peeve, and look, if you have been listening a while, you know this about me. I love everything. Even some of the crappy stuff, I will be like, yeah, it was fun. What I cannot get on board with is bad acting, like cringy acting.
Yeah, look, even I can't do that. But, and some of the Hallmark movies do have really bad acting. Yeah. But I will say Hallmark is getting better. It's the Netflix movies that are really bad.
Those are still bad. Those are still very painful, actually. Yeah. I don't know if I could still watch them.
The Netflix movies are really bad. Like, the whole, like, the Christmas Prince and the Princess Switch. Like, yes.
The Shrew.
Look, Vanessa Hudgens is doing some of her best work that she's ever done in those
I know
movies.
she's playing like three
She's
different
playing
people in
like
the
3.
same
So
thing.
barring her, she's got a lot to do. But barring her, everyone else is crap. Like everyone is just bad in those
Agreed.
movies. And like Princess, Christmas Prince, and all that's just really bad. But I mean, we've watched a few Hallmark movies now, and you've kind of enjoyed them.
Yeah, I've enjoyed them.
Weirdly
They're
enough.
actually pretty decent, like good storylines, and you know.
But anyway, we'll get into it. So like, yeah, that's what we're talking about, and then we're also
we're not really talking about the movies so much.
Yeah, not
today.
so much, but like, I mean, we will mention their names and what they're about, but like, we're talking mostly about Christmas episodes of TV shows that we love. Because I feel like we haven't given those enough love in the past.
I know we usually talk about like the movies and stuff,
but
we don't talk about
we
TV.
haven't really talked about TV yet. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yes, we are.
Yay!
Woohoo! So, I have a list. I have prepared a list, a very hastily prepared list, but a list nonetheless. So, I think the first one we should talk about is Friends. So Friends usually does a Christmas and a Thanksgiving episode
every year.
Every season. So I would say like that's why I would pick that first, because I think it was in an interview. They were like, you know, usually doing a Thanksgiving or a Christmas episode is always a good idea because it has all of the friends in like one room or in the same space.
Yeah.
So I really like those episodes.
To be honest, it's not necessarily the Christmas episodes that have been my favorite of Friends.
The Thanksgiving
It's the
ones.
Thanksgiving episodes.
I agree.
That have been my favorite.
I agree. They've
Especially
been great.
Rachel's dessert fiasco with the beef sauté
Oh my
with peas and
gosh,
onions.
yes.
English trifle.
So bad.
That's like one of my favorite episodes of all time. I love it so much. But anyway, we're here to talk about Christmas. But which one would you say is the best Christmas episode?
Ooh, for Friends.
One of the best, yeah. Friends.
I really like. I don't know if this would be classified as a Christmas. I love the holiday armadillo one. Technically, it's not a Christmas episode. It is like a holiday episode. Because, you know, Ross is talking about Hanukkah and how he wants Ben his son to know about Hanukkah.
Yeah.
And it keeps getting hijacked by Santa Claus and, you know, all the Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
But my favorite moment is when, you know, obviously Joey comes in as a Superman in his Superman outfit. And he's like, you know, and Ross is like, and that's when all the Jews.
No. Chandler goes, he's like, my favorite part was when Superman flew all the Jews out of Egypt.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Oh my God, that gets me every time.
Actually, my favorite bit in that episode is when Phoebe walks in and they're lighting the Hanukkah candles.
Why is it the Easter Bunny funeral in here?
Oh my God, it's so funny. Oh jeez, it's hilarious.
Oh my God, it's
What
so
is your
funny.
favorite Christmas episode for Friends?
Oh my God, I don't know. I think, honestly, it's one of the very, very first ones. And it's the one where
they buy the crappy gifts?
Because Joey and Chandler haven't done their shopping.
Oh my God.
And so Phoebe takes them and then just like buys stuff from like a petrol station.
It is such a relatable episode.
It's so funny. It's so funny. Rachel going, windscreen wipers. I don't even have a car. Like a cola drink and a lemon lime. And Ross just going, wow, this is so nice. I feel like I should get you another sweater. Oh my God, it's so good.
I agree. I think that's a good one. I also like the one where, I don't know if it's like a Christmas episode, but it's when they're looking for the actual Christmas presents.
Yeah, I think that's the Christmas episode.
Yeah, so like Phoebe, Rachel, and Chandler.
Yeah.
And they're looking for the Christmas presents that Monica has hidden. And they finally find them.
And they're really like...
And they're really sad Christmas presents.
Like, because he's like, oh, I want to, like, Monica's... To see her face when, like, I, you know, react to her present and da-da-da. And then she's like, do you know how long it took me to find you that air purifier?
Oh, water purifier.
Water purifier. And he's just like, that's what you got me? And she's like, yes, that face is priceless.
It's so bad. That was a really good one. But I'm just trying to think what else do they have.
There's just so many good ones.
There's a lot of good ones, but I do agree. I think it's the Thanksgiving episodes
that are the stronger ones.
Yeah. And that always made me think, I wonder why. Is it the Thanksgiving that sort of trumps the Christmas ones on Friends?
Because the Thanksgiving ones, I don't know, the situations just become more ridiculous because the Christmas ones always become a bit more like wholesome and stuff. Thanksgiving, you can be as mad as you want.
That's true, actually.
Because it's literally not about like the spirit of Christmas. That's not what Thanksgiving is, right?
Yeah.
It's literally just about all your friends and family getting together to give thanks for
I love
each other and all that
so
stuff.
it's not a Christmas episode, but it is
yeah.
a Thanksgiving. My favorite one is the one where Brad Pitt guest stars.
Oh, that's another good one.
That is such a good episode.
That's
Only
a good
because the
one.
banter in that
The band
is
actually
excellent.
when we were in high school in our drama class, we had to pick a scene from like a TV show or movie or whatever to just like sort of, that was like a starting, like that was like our first class of the semester. And so as a group of 6 friends, we picked that scene because we were like, what? We're not, like, it's just epic. It's just so, I was Monica. But, so I had to be like, one girl liked you so much, she stuffed her pants with a Tootsie Roll. Like, we were all basically, so we weren't really like doing our own acting or anything. We were just like copying the friends. But like, whatever. It was just fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Okay, so that was Friends.
Anyway, Friends is like, yeah, whether it's Thanksgiving or Christmas, you're pretty much set in terms of like good episodes. But
okay, so the next show that we've got listed is, it's basically 2 episodes from this show, and the show is The Office. Now, so the point here is that Office always does really ridiculous and fun, like, episodes based on, like, festivals. Yeah. Because just off the top of my, like, obviously this is Christmas, but I have to mention the Diwali episode is hilarious.
Which I was watching, like, a few days after Diwali, to be honest, because I was at mom and dad's house. And I was like, Mom, have you seen the Diwali episode? And she's like, no, I don't think so. And funnily enough, we had The Office on, and it happened to be the next episode.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, you have
Did
to
you make
watch
her watch
this.
it?
Yeah, she watched. She's like, this is the most ridiculous
It's
thing
so
I've ever
ridiculous.
seen. Michael's singing, happy, happy, happy Diwali.
It's so bad. It is so bad, but so funny.
Along came Polly.
Please don't sing that.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
So this is not only a Christmas episode, this is also a musical episode.
Come on, it was hilarious. But yeah. So The Office has, as we were saying,
2 episodes.
2 episodes. Well,
I'm sure they've got more.
Yeah. But these 2 are my absolute favorites. So it's the first one is the Secret Santa exchange episode.
Yes.
Where everybody's fighting over the iPod.
Oh my gosh. It's
like,
so
who
funny.
gets the iPod? It's so funny. And then you get a little bit of sentiment with Jim and Pam and the whole teapot, and you know his yearbook photo being in the teapot, and then he doesn't give her the letter that was also in it, and then
doesn't he give it to her later, like when
like
they're
way later,
married, and
when they're going through all the issues and stuff.
Season,
yeah. So we never knew what was written. I mean, we had a feeling, obviously, because we knew how Jim felt about it, but she never knew what was in it until the end, and the following season's Benihana Christmas
gosh,
where there's 2 Office Christmas parties because no one wants to go to Angela's boring party, and Karen and Pam are doing the other party where it's like karaoke and like
so good
alcohol and like all this stuff, and then eventually by the end of the night the 2 parties just merge together.
I think my favorite bit about that is the scenes in Benihana.
Oh my God.
They make Dwight sit right at the end of the table, and there's a couple in the middle, and they're screaming things across from the table, other, and Jim is just changing what the boys are saying. Yeah. And Dwight is getting like completely different information, and he's saying like the grossest things. And this couple in the middle is stuck there. Why didn't they just move? I have no idea. Like every time I watch that episode, I'm like, move.
Just move your seats.
Just move your seats.
I think
like, why are you sitting there?
My favorite is like Kevin going, like he eats one cupcake and then he wants to go for the cupcake, and Angela's like, no seconds until everybody's gotten some. And it's like 3 people in the room. It's It's so good.
Her party is so pathetic.
It's so pathetic.
It is
And then, like,
so
at the end, when they
pathetic.
all join together, they're all doing karaoke. And she's like, I'll only do karaoke if you have Christmas songs.
Oh my
And then
god.
she's literally standing on, like, this bucket with her hands in that, you know, like, Von Trapp Family Singers, like, when you join your hands like that. And she's singing Little Drummer Boy.
Oh my god. It's so bad.
Dwight is holding the mic for her.
That is like the time when who was it? Karen was there,
Yeah.
wasn't she? Is that when Karen and Jim are dating?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Karen and Pam are doing the other party, isn't
Yeah.
it? Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
So
But
funny.
then the other part about that episode, which is ridiculous and hilarious and so offensive as well,
Oh my
is when they
god.
bring those waitresses
This is back,
to the
and they can't. Michael can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference.
It's so
Oh my
awful.
god, it's so awful. But it's so funny at the same time.
But it's like those kinds of jokes, like they're like, if you were to do that now, it would
You
be
could
so
never get
offensive,
away with it.
right?
You could
But
never get away with it.
Because they handled it in such a like ridiculous way.
I think the only reason why it works even now is because, you know, people still watch it.
yeah,
The only reason why it works even now is because when Michael is doing that, you can tell it's a bad thing. It's
Yeah.
not celebrated.
no, it's not.
It's funny because the joke is on Michael.
yeah, the joke's on Michael.
That he's
It's not
such
on,
a moron and a I mean, I guess like an ingrained racist.
yeah,
That he can't tell the difference between the two different people.
yeah.
Just because
The
they
joke
happen
is
to be-
always on Michael, so at least that's the saving.
So
thing
that
about, like,
makes
yeah.
sense,
Because he's
right?
such a moron. But yeah, it's just so ridiculous. I love both of those episodes so much. Every time they come around, I just have this glee in my heart. Like, it's just so funny. Yeah, even like in Secret Santa Exchange, every time someone gets the iPod, the next person will be like, I want the iPod. And, like, it keeps going around. And I can't even remember who the hell ends up with the iPod, to be
Because
honest.
doesn't Michael buy it because he wants to give it to Ryan?
Yeah, he wants to give it to Ryan. And
But
like,
then it keeps getting...
everyone wants the iPod because like it's gone over the budget anyway. So
God,
like,
it's
we
$400
we
or
want the
something.
most expensive
Yeah.
thing there. So it's like there's no sentiment. Everybody's just like handing over the
It's too
crappy
funny.
presents. Oh my god, it's so funny.
By default, I've kind of made the list in categories. So these
Yeah.
were like the Friends and the Office ones were like the funny, ha,
Yeah.
ridiculous ones. So now we're kind of going into... I guess it was this slightly more heartfelt, I guess.
Yeah.
So I think the first in that is the one of my absolutely all-time favorite shows, and I am going to start doing a rewatch of it because it's been a while. The OC.
Yeah,
And this
baby.
is an episode from season 1 called The Best Christmas Ever, in which Seth, what's his last name? I keep forgetting.
Cohen.
In my head, I was like Seth Rogen. I'm like,
No,
Seth Rogen.
that's a real person.
Seth Cohen invents a brand new holiday
Christmas.
called Christmas, which is the mix of Christmas and Hanukkah. And I think
because
that's
he
brilliant.
Is Jewish on one side, and you know.
And I don't understand why this has not been
I
a
don't
bigger
understand
thing,
how this has not become a thing.
right? I
Like,
don't get it.
Christmas should be a thing,
It totally should.
especially for families that come from mixed,
Mixed, yeah, absolutely.
backgrounds.
But honestly,
so it would be great to be
that
honest.
episode is the episode that the reason why I say it's heartfelt is because obviously if you haven't watched the OC, like what are you doing with your life? Watch
Yeah, exactly.
it. It's great.
Watch the OC.
But essentially you've got Ryan who's like not adopted at this point, he's living with them.
No, yeah, he's living. with
They're
them.
his legal guardians, aren't
Yeah,
they?
at this point, yeah.
And do they actually adopt him at any point?
I
don't
don't think so.
think they
Because then he's
do.
past 18 by that.
Yeah, I
point,
don't think
so
they do.
I don't think they do.
Yeah.
But like, he's pretty much adopted.
He's their
isn't he?
son, you know.
He
They
is their
refer to
son.
him as their son,
Yeah.
and, you know. But anyway, like this is the first time that we get Ryan sort of gets this holiday
Yeah.
with family who loves him and who takes care of him, and it's still in the first season, sort of like towards
The end.
the middle
Yeah.
part of the first season's like really
First
long.
season's like 28 episodes.
I honestly thought it was like 2 seasons.
That's what I thought as well. I was like, why is it
I
so
don't understand why
long?
it's such a long
Oh
season.
my god. Like, how did they get that many episodes back then?
I
Like,
have no idea.
22 was the max.
I have no idea. But anyway, but this is like, it's so heartwarming because you really, this episode I would say is what cements the heart of this show.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, which
And it's
is
the Coens.
it's the Coens.
Yeah.
And Ryan is the Coens.
Yeah, of
You know,
course.
he's part of the
he
Coens
is, he
now.
is a Coen, yeah.
And oh my god, I mean, no, it's funny, obviously.
Oh, it's hilarious.
But it just introduces you to, and I just think like, I don't know, it's like it's a very interesting episode because I didn't know much about, like, you know, being from India and stuff. Like, we celebrate Christmas, obviously, but obviously there are Jewish people who live in India. There's actually quite a big group
There is a big
of Jewish people. I think a lot of them live up in like Mumbai side.
Yeah.
There's a big Jewish population. So they obviously celebrate Hanukkah, but it's not a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, like Christmas, a lot of people celebrate. Like, it's quite mainstream, but Hanukkah isn't.
Yeah.
And even though I kind of knew about Hanukkah, I didn't really know what it was. I didn't even know that it was sort of celebrated around the same time.
Yeah.
So I think to have like...
Yeah, because growing up, you don't know until, you know, your parents explain it.
Yeah,
to you or
and I
whatever.
think an interesting part of this was that apart from Friends, this was probably one of the mainstream shows that actually talked about Hanukkah in a lot of detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I thought that was interesting.
And like as we were saying, like Hallmark movies, a lot of them are doing like Hanukkah movies now as well.
That's good.
Which is great. In fact, Matt Cohen was in one.
Oh, nice.
Which I can't remember the name of it now, but I remember watching it. It was really cute. He was adorable, of course.
No, he's always adorable.
Oh my god, can't wait
Did
to
he
see
take
him.
his shirt off?
I don't know. I think if he had, I would have remembered, but that means he probably didn't. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, a lot of them are doing like Hanukkah movies now, which is great.
But I feel like that episode, because you know, I think it ends with their family photo, like it's for the card.
Yeah,
and Ryan's in it as well, in front of the fireplace. And I remember, I think it's like at the end. No, hang on. What is it? Is it not at the end? But it's like one of the episodes in which Seth is like going through his little existential crisis.
Yeah,
whether it's towards the end of season 1 or like later on. And that picture keeps coming back up.
Yeah.
And honestly, like for me, when I was watching this show, this was the episode that kind of makes the whole show, and you kind of get an idea.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this is that family that, you know,
This
you're
is
going to love.
They are the main ones that we're rooting for.
That you're just going to root for.
They have to always be together. They can never like be apart. And when they are like through like awful circumstances, sometimes it's so heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And this is slowly becoming an OC episode. But like we love Kirsten and Sandy Cohen as the parents.
I love
and
it.
We love Seth.
Speaking of,
And we love Ryan, and we love them as pseudo brothers.
okay, so speaking of another Christmas episode of The OC, which I didn't originally put in my list, but now I'm thinking of it.
Yeah.
It's in season 4. It's the one in which Ryan and Taylor fall off the ladder. So this again goes into like heartwarming but also ridiculous category. It's when they fall off the ladder.
Yeah.
And they go into like this weird coma.
Yeah.
And in the coma, the two of them are like in this AU OC world.
Where Ryan was never a part of the family.
Ryan's never a part of the family. Sandy and Kirsten are
divorced. And
Sandy's married to
Julie. Ew.
And Kirsten's married to Jimmy.
Yeah.
Seth is like this weird kid.
Yeah.
Who doesn't talk to anyone, nothing.
Yeah.
Taylor's a boy.
Yeah. Taylor's
a reason.
A dude.
It's like a gender bender.
I don't know why.
What else? Summer is engaged to, what was that guy's name? Che, played by Chris Pratt. Brilliant. I love Chris Pratt
before he was Chris Pratt.
Oh my god, he's so good in that.
He's amazing.
He's great in the
great.
OC. So yeah, she's engaged to Che.
Yeah.
Because his name's Chester.
Yeah, and she's like a total airhead.
Oh, she's such a bimbo.
What she would have been if like she had never gotten with Seth.
Such a bimbo. And then who else is in that? Sorry. Well, Marissa wouldn't have been in it.
No,
but he thinks that she's in there.
She thinks that she's there, but like it's that thing of like, had Ryan not been around, she would have originally died. Because in Mexico when she overdosed.
That was like in the first season.
That was in the first season
where he saved her.
Yeah.
But then instead of dying in the accident,
yeah,
in this episode she's already dead. Like before he even meets her, and she died in Mexico.
Yeah.
So if Ryan had not been there, she would have not had those extra years,
Yeah,
essentially.
exactly.
And I love that episode. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorites.
She's like, here's a present. I hope you grill your face.
Honestly, OC season 4 is great. A lot of
Yeah.
people bash it, but I love it.
I love it too.
I love it.
Once it's so bad to say, but once Marissa's gone, it's just kind of fun again.
Oh. Okay, so instead of this becoming an OC episode, let's move on to the next one. So the next one is one of our favorites, and it's Supernatural. And this episode is called A Very Supernatural Christmas. What season was this?
Season 3, episode 8.
Season 3, episode 8. Oh my gosh. It is honestly one of my favorite.
I have to watch it every
episodes.
year.
It is so good.
It's just so good. It's just like, it's so good because it's Dean going through the whole thing of, you know, he's about to die because of the whole
the curse,
the deal, the demon deal that he made to save Sam's life, and he's only got a year, and at this point it's only a few months left, and it's kind of him reminiscing, both of them reminiscing about like their previous Christmases, and we get flashbacks of like little Dean and little Sam, and it's little college
and the little shit presents they give each other.
That was so cute though. Well, no, Sam gave him a very good present. He gave him the amulet.
That's
true,
actually. Yeah.
That's where the origin of the amulet comes from. Which was intended for John, but John never showed because John Winchester is a shit father. So anyway, moving on. It's just a really good episode, and like the whole hunt is amazing because they basically like going after these demigods that make Christmas wreaths.
Yes.
And the wreaths is made out of meadowsweet, which is like the thing that they attract people with, the sweet smell.
And the best is it's like this quintessential suburban
Midwestern suburban old couple, the Carrigans.
And they're so cute.
And they are so adorable, but they, my God, when they're ready to like sacrifice Sam and Dean, they're so scary.
I love the little
sweet
torture.
Peter on a popsicle stick. I forgot the tooth.
I love the bit when the girl comes and knocks on the door and she goes, oh, would you like to go carol singing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And she gives them a cake and they're like, oh, sorry, no, can't do it. And shut the door and drop the cake and walk over the cake. I'm like, I get that you're not so Christmas people and you're monsters, but at least eat the cake.
It's so good.
But
love the Carrigans.
Best though is the little torture scene.
Oh my gosh.
I know it's like,
it's
bad,
it's
but
awful.
It's still funny.
But it's so funny because it's like just them being so like they're literally cutting and removing fingernails and all of that stuff. And they're still so being like really like wholesome and everything throughout. It's just like, you know what I feel like you know what I say when I feel like swearing? Fudge. I'll try to remember that. You fudge touch me again, I'll fudge and kill you. Fudge.
Oh my gosh. Have they done any other Christmas episodes?
No, well they should have, shouldn't they? Once the bunker came around.
It was like built for a Christmas episode.
There's that whole episode where the wooden nymph Mrs. Butters is there and she gives them like all the holidays that they miss. And it's Christmas for like 0.2 seconds. And I was like, seriously, this is how we get Christmas in the bunker?
Perfect for a Christmas episode.
Like, they should have, like, before the end of the series, they should have been a very bunker Christmas episode.
Definitely.
Like, that should have been, like, and with everyone, with, like, Jodie and Donna and Alex and Claire and everybody. Like, everyone should have been there. Everyone. Garth, his wife, everybody. Should have been one big Christmas.
Oh, yeah, Garth got married, didn't he?
Yeah, they had twins.
I forgot, yeah. All right, moving right along. The next episode is again one of our favorite shows. Can you guess, Roshni? You're going to play a guessing game now.
I don't know. What did you add?
Would you like to play a little game?
What?
Would you like to play a little game?
Scream.
Yeah, I'm not being exact in the words, but, you know, same thing.
I don't know.
It's got something to do with football.
Oh, Ted Lasso.
Oh my God, seriously.
I don't know.
You were there when I made this list.
All over the place. Well, I was also helping Mum, like, finish
Fair enough.
doing things.
So, Ted Lasso season 2, and the episode is called Carol of the Bells.
Yes.
And Honestly, again, one of the best episodes
One of the best
on Ted Lasso.
So good. So
for a number of
wholesome.
reasons. I think the main reason is... Oh, actually, I don't know if there's like a main
There's
reason.
no
There's
main
like so
reason.
many
the
reasons.
The whole thing is so good.
Honestly, everything
The
about
whole
that
thing
episode is so good.
absolutely perfect. From the very opening scene where they're all like giving their secret Santas, and Jamie hasn't bought a secret Santa. He's like, yeah, the email said secret Santa. I didn't know that I had to buy anything. God bless me, everyone.
What an idiot. But essentially, you've got Ted, who's dealing with his divorce.
Yeah.
And he's all alone at Christmas. He's got no one. Beard has got his own, plans or whatever with his girlfriend. Everyone's busy, and Rebecca's supposed to go to Elton John's party. But she doesn't. She actually comes, collects Ted, and they go distribute gifts to like kids in the community, which I think is so cute.
It was so cute. And just putting out there, great first date. That's all I'm going to say.
Great first date.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, but I like her reasoning, because she's like, I know how shit Christmas can be after your divorce. Like your first Christmas. Like it can be so depressing. Yeah. And it clearly is, because Ted is like down in the dumps.
Yeah, like it starts off fine. Like he's on the phone with Henry, but then like Henry gets distracted by the drone that Ted bought him.
Exactly.
So like and then
kid.
He's gone. So like he's
he's a child.
So then he's just left there to like watch It's a Wonderful Life, which is not wonderful, by the way. It's not. It's really depressing. It's really depressing.
I don't understand why people watch that movie at Christmas. I really don't understand that.
It's set at Christmas, but anyway. And he's drinking, like he's day drinking, and it's not a good thing. Like Ted's never really done
not
that.
In a good way day drinking.
Like
it's not a happy
in a good
day
way.
drinking.
And so like when Rebecca comes, it's just so refreshing, and like their relationship is so special because they've both been through absolute crap in their own relationships, and then they have this special bond, and they're always there for each other, which is amazing because they're so completely different.
I think this episode really cements their friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
Like it really tells you like obviously he cares for her as like he's a boss. She's a boss, but like she really invites that friendship through this move. I think that's really great. But I think my favorite part about this episode is the team dinner at Higgins' house.
Oh my gosh, where they're all like playing with the kids with Nerf guns.
So
and, like,
good.
They're like having a full on Nerf gun battle, and then like they're all on the table for dinner, and like
I think just the concept
so
as well. Like Higgins says, like a lot of these players are away from their families. So they don't have anyone to celebrate with. So
it's amazing.
Our house is open for those people who don't have anything to celebrate.
And he's so funny. He's like, we usually only get like one or two, and like this year the whole team shows up.
The whole team comes,
which was
amazing.
And like just a fun fact about that, where Higgins is standing at the top of the table and he's saying like where everyone is from. Yeah. That is actually where each of the actors is from.
Oh, I love that.
Which is fantastic.
That's so good.
I loved how they incorporated that. And then the other storyline that's happening is Roy and Keely can't do their sexy Christmas anymore.
Oh my god, that is so
because
funny.
Phoebe Roy's niece has come along and said that the boy who was her secret Santa gave her toothpaste and mouthwash because her breath stinks. And it actually really stinks. And
I love the bit where they're smelling. What does Roy say? He goes, "Oh no, I was
I think you might be dying."
I think you might be dying. Oh, that poor child.
So they go around trying to find a dentist in the area
to fix it. And so when they do fix it, then they go to get the cardboard and all that, and they do the whole Love Actually thing with the guy, with the kid that bought her the stuff in the first place. And it's all like, I may have forgiven you, but you will always still be really mean, or whatever the thing said. But happy holidays, and like all this stuff. You'll have to deal with him. And then Roy just goes, I think that whole episode is
It's
probably
so good.
one of the most wholesome episodes of any TV show or film.
And then it ends with, you know, Rebecca doesn't actually go to Elton John's party. They come and start singing outside Higgins' house.
Oh, it's so cute.
And Hannah Waddingham like blows us all out of the water
so
with
amazing.
her amazing voice.
I will say though, low-key, I wish she had gone to Elton John's party with Ted.
Yes, exactly.
And we had an Elton John cameo.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing.
Do you know how much Ted would be talking about that for the rest of his life? He would be like, you know what, Elton John's party. Oh my god, it was amazing.
Oh my gosh, it would have been so good. So good. But honestly, that Ted Lasso in itself is just one of the most
Ted Lasso
wholesome
is just
shows.
so special.
But that episode, like, out of every movie I've seen, out of every show I've seen, that episode is probably the most wholesome.
Yeah.
And heartwarming
and really,
I have ever seen.
Like, I put it up, like, so Supernatural will always have the special place at the very top for me, but, like, this is, like, equivalent. Like, I'd put them both on the same top shelf because I just love them so much. But, yeah.
Well, I'm going to break that bubble now.
Oh, God.
Because we're going from the most wholesome to, I guess in a way, like, it's definitely not wholesome. It is probably the most traumatic episode that anyone can ever watch.
Oh, my God.
Of Christmas. And it's from The Bear.
Oh, God, yeah.
Season 2.
Yeah, Fishes.
And the episode is called Fishes.
Fishes.
And it is probably one of the best episodes.
It's actually the opposite. Okay, the opposite ends of the spectrum are the Ted Lasso episode and the
completely.
Literally, that's our spectrum.
Completely.
Everything else is in the middle.
Exactly. Like, it is the most intense minutes of television that you can ever watch.
I think it's like an hour, isn't that episode?
Probably.
Because the Bear episodes aren't actually that long, and then that one was supposed to be...
Unless
like,
it felt
longer.
like an hour.
No, I think it was. I think it was an hour.
Anyway, so that's the first time we see... what's his name? Oh my gosh. I'm blanking on...
Kami's brother?
Yes,
John Marco?
Kami's mum. And his brother.
Yeah.
In like full thing, but we hadn't been introduced to we had flashbacks of his brother before, so we knew who was playing him.
Yeah,
but we hadn't seen his mother.
Yeah,
and his mum is Jamie Lee Curtis. Like,
oh my gosh, amazing!
That's great casting.
Like the amount of people that are in the so it's like it's John Bernthal who's playing the brother.
Yeah,
it's Jamie Lee Curtis playing the mum. It's Bob Odenkirk playing one of their uncles.
Yep.
And John Mulaney and Sarah Paulson are supposed to be
cousins. I think
she is the cousin.
She's the cousin. He's married to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, like all of my favorite people in one episode.
Such a good episode,
and it's super intense the whole time because it's literally the mom cooking the 7 fishes and all of the surrounding dishes too. But there's just like she's so like that whole family is so messed up and she's so chaotic and oh god, it's just there's no way to even like describe it because it's just,
you can't describe it.
It's just super intense.
The thing about that episode is very interesting is because it starts off as like this really chaotic Italian family. It's very like how people, you know, you imagine in your head of like this very stereotypical loud Italian family. You know, this big family, everyone's talking, mum's in the kitchen, it's a mess, like the mum's going crazy, cooking, doesn't let anyone do anything. But you soon realize that is that manic. It's manic. It's not actually the healthy, fun kind of intensity and craziness. It's actually manic, and it's very negative. And you see that through Kami's like reactions to the mum and to the family, the rest of the family. And you get to see his brother and the way he reacts, and you really understand how things in the show, the way they are. Yeah. After watching that episode, you really get it. And it's interesting that episode is actually in season 2.
Yeah.
not in season 1.
Yeah.
So you actually get all these insights much later.
Yeah, because we've gotten like glimpses into like who they are as people in season 1 in the present time, and you're kind of like, why are they the way they are? And then this
comes up and you're like, oh,
and it just makes
everything
clicks
sense
into place so quickly. It's like,
that makes sense.
Like, this is why Kami is the way he is. This is why Sugar is the way that she is.
Yeah.
And it's
like,
just,
it's such an insightful episode. Like, obviously acting wise it is brilliant,
and how this is all kind of brushed off on other people in their lives too, like Richie. This episode is with him and his wife when they were still together, and they're so like chill and like everything that there's, you know, she's pregnant at the time,
and it's like a few years before the
like
setting of the show, isn't it?
Years before or something like that. And there's that whole scene. It's the only scene in the whole episode where it's like quiet, because he goes to check on her while she's
Isn't
sleeping
she
upstairs.
pregnant?
Yeah, she's pregnant, and she's not feeling the best, and he brings her like a lemonade or something, and they're just talking about like,
just quiet,
you know, just how they're gonna be as parents and that kind of stuff. And it's just like, it's the only scene where you go,
breath of fresh air sort of thing
before you start again, you know. So,
and the ending of it with the cannolis,
sort of like Richie has become that way through like extension of knowing these people. So
I think if you have cousin oh, so good. But honestly, if you have not seen The Bear, like, as it is, The Bear is such a great show, but I think this episode is it's one of the best episodes in the whole show. There's other ones as well that are really, really good, but this episode is excellent. It's very dramatic.
Like, from season 1, I'd say like the best episode, not that this is becoming a Bear episode, but season 1, the best episode is the one where it's all done in one shot. And then in this season, it's Fishes and it's Forks, where it's Richie going to learn from the restaurant, more experienced.
So one of the things about this Fishes episode, I wanted to mention was, I've got a coworker, and he is the one that kind of was like, you have to watch The Bear, you will love it, right?
Yeah.
It was already on my to watch list, but he pushed me to like watch it because he was like, I want to talk about it.
Yeah. Actually, someone told me when I had COVID last year, they're like, oh, you should, because I was like, give me your Rex to watch a show. Yeah. And The Bear had actually just come out, and they're like, oh, you should watch it. And I was fully intending to watch it, and then I was watching something else, and that took me way longer to watch than I should, and then The Bear got left behind. So
but you know what he said? So he comes from a fairly dysfunctional family.
Right, okay.
And we were talking about this episode, and I was like, oh, I really loved it. It was such a good episode. Like, so intense and so this, so that. He goes, I think it's a brilliant episode, but I can never watch it ever again because
it was too real.
This is too real for me.
Well, okay.
And I was like... I appreciate that because there are families where stuff like this does happen. So Christmas is, and I love the fact that this was a Christmas episode. Yeah. And it's really like, you know,
for some families, Christmas is super dysfunctional.
It's not a great time.
It's not a great time. Because
even though you're forced to spend time together,
it's with people that you might not want to be around,
and it's people that might not be healthy for you.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you might
just
have a lot of,
for the sake of Christmas, you all have to be together.
Absolutely, there might be a lot of love for them in your heart, but sometimes you should just not be in the same room. As people, and I think I hate bringing things down because it is Christmas. Yeah, but I think the reality of Christmas is,
especially right now,
like, there's a lot going on in the world. There's, you know, this cost of living, and this is something we've been talking about. It doesn't feel like Christmas.
No.
When did we decorate? So today is the 20th. We're recording this.
We
on
literally
the 20th.
Decorated like 2 days ago.
Not even 2 days, like yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, it was yesterday we decorated.
Oh gosh, yeah.
We decorated on the 19th of December, when we usually decorate literally like on the 1st or the 2nd. Yeah. We haven't been feeling it. No. We have not been feeling this whole spirit of Christmas thing, which is really sad. We didn't even go for the carol singing night that our church does. Yeah. We didn't participate this year. We didn't feel like going this year, so we didn't end up going. Yeah. Like, it's not good. Like, it is not a great feeling. Yeah. And now that I'm so glad we honestly decorated, because even like Mom was like, oh, forget it. Like, she decorated super late as well. She's like, oh,
like, on Mom to say that's a big deal.
And she was just like, oh, I'm just not going to do it. Yeah. And that is a huge deal. We usually love Christmas.
Yeah.
The last 2 Christmases I've hosted in my place because it was a new house and, you know, all of that stuff. And honestly, I've loved it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been very hard work, but I've loved it because we've been blessed that we had the family. The whole family was here. All of that. But I don't know. There's just something in the air right now. Everybody's feeling it. And correct me if I'm wrong. It could be others maybe not feeling it. But definitely every single person that I have spoken to in the last probably 2 or 3 weeks, everyone is kind of going, it doesn't feel very Christmassy right now.
Yeah.
You know, the joy, the excitement. It's a lot of stress right now. A lot of people are battling with money issues.
Yeah.
It's just not feeling like a very happy time.
Yeah.
So,
not to bring everybody down.
and this is where the message comes in, try and make the most of it.
Yeah.
Like, we're having a very low-key Christmas this year.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad about that.
I'm actually glad about it because I think we need to, like, recuperate. We've had a very busy year. We've had a crazy year.
Yeah.
But luckily this year, it's a small group. It's just the 4 of us and our cousin and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
And that's it. It was just the 6 of us. And we're basically just doing... So in Australia, we have a thing called Carols by Candlelight in Melbourne. And it's been going on for years and years and years.
It's been going on since like the 50s.
50s? Yeah.
50s or 60s
Anyway.
or something like that.
But it's a huge thing. There's a charity called Vision Australia, and they basically hold this event, and all the money that is raised through tickets and things goes to them, and they provide.
And all the performers that come for free.
Yeah, so it's basically a fundraising event, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
and we've gone twice before, and it happens on the 24th, so Christmas Eve. So we're going there to celebrate, which I'm really excited about, and I'm hoping it's a great show. And then on the 25th, we're just doing church in the morning, and then we're going for lunch. Are we going out for lunch? We're having Chinese for lunch.
I know. So not like us to do that, but who's going to cook for 6 people? Like,
right?
That's no.
So
no, I don't think any of us would have had the energy to do that.
and I'm sort of happy to do that, but at the same time, I'm like, we've never had a Christmas this low key before.
Yeah.
And it's not because it's like, oh, we don't
I guess we're just sort of like testing the waters. Like, if we feel good about it after the end, maybe we'll do it again next year. But like, I don't know.
I don't know if I want to do it this low key next year. Again, it depends on how we feel.
Like, I hope we don't have to. By circumstance.
You know, ideally, what I would actually like to do
is be somewhere else.
Yeah, I would actually like to go on a holiday at Christmas. Yeah. Either if it's to go visit family again or just someplace new. Oh my God, I would love to go to New York.
Oh my God, Christmas in New York.
Have a New York Christmas. Or just anywhere in Europe, actually. Because a lot of, our cousins are in Europe at the moment. Yeah. And, like, I'm watching their videos and their photos and I'm like... all the Christmas markets.
Really isn't fair. We don't do any of that stuff.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it's the feeling is not there in the city.
In the city. Like, I just don't think... I'm probably going to get, like, totally trashed for this, but I don't care. I just don't think Australia is very Christmassy.
Especially not this year.
Yeah.
I think we generally are.
Where is the Christmas market?
But there's just not...
There's no Christmas market.
I don't feel it very Christmassy this year.
No.
This year is the first year I'm not feeling Christmassy. There used to be this Christmas market that we used to go to, and this was before COVID. So we went like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
It used to be like this church that used to hold it, but like, you know, anyone can go, obviously.
Yeah.
And it was called I can't remember what the name of it was, but they would have like a lot of sustainable market stalls and like beautiful stuff like, you know, jewelry and handbags and clothes and pottery, and they'd have food trucks, and they had like a full-on Christmas market, and we used to go like nearly every year for at least 4 or 5 years, or maybe less than that, I don't know. And then COVID happened. We haven't gone back. I don't even know if they did it this year, and it's just been like no excitement in the lead up to Christmas.
But like, can I just say, even if they did a Christmas market, there's no way they can compete with like other places.
Of course not.
Like,
of course not.
Like, we've been watching YouTubers and stuff that like live in New York, and then going to the Christmas markets. Oh my gosh! I was like, I want to go.
I really want to go there.
And you know me, I hate the cold. But if it's Christmas in New York, I will grin and bear it.
I think you would bear the cold in New York or anywhere else.
Just give me
to get to a nice
like
Christmas.
50 hot chocolates and I'll be fine.
I think we're bringing down people. I don't think we should be talking.
I mean, yeah, we're probably bringing everybody down. But all of this to say is that it's not always grin and happy and perfect.
You can have a down Christmas.
Yeah. And that's okay.
And
it's
look,
not okay, but it's okay in the sense of like it's just a circumstance that happens for some people.
I think a very important thing here is to think about Christmas as not being, okay, you know, yes, it is cost of living. So a lot of people are thinking about presents. Like even with my friends, we decided beforehand, usually with, and we've done a Christmas episode with Effie before, my dear friend Effie. But, and every year we go for like a little afternoon tea and then we exchange presents and, you know, that sort of thing. But this year we decided we're not going to do that. We're actually going to do it at home. We're going to cook and we're not going to do presents.
Yeah.
And we had a really lovely time. And that's the key here is to, if you are struggling financially, if you're struggling mentally, do what you can.
Yeah.
And spend the time with the people you want to spend
ultimately, it's about, as we've been saying, the spirit of Christmas. It's not about the presents.
No, it's not.
It's not about the food, even though it might taste good. It is about just being with the people that you want to be with.
If you're a religious person, go to a good church. Go to a church that gives you that, you know, that joy and to, you know, hear a good message and to hear some good music. If you're not a religious person, spend it with the people that you love. Doesn't have to be your blood family. It can be your found family. It can be whatever, whoever it is.
Yeah.
That makes you happy and gives you joy. If it helps, you know, there's a lot of people who do volunteering on Christmas Day, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, that is such an amazing thing. I've never even thought about doing that.
Yeah, I think that's a really good thing.
You know, like they volunteer at soup kitchens and stuff like that. And I think it's so important in this horrible materialistic world we live in to understand that Christmas, like this is like a Hallmark movie moment, honestly.
Literally.
Like
she's on her soapbox.
I am on my soapbox. Christmas is not about gifts. It's not about spending money. It's about having a peaceful time.
Yeah.
Whether that peaceful time means let's not cook like crazy and, you know, tire ourselves out to the point where we don't even remember Christmas Day. Because sometimes that can be fun. But sometimes, like, honestly, this year we were not up for it.
No, I don't think anybody.
I was not up for it. Mum was definitely not up for it.
Yeah.
Energy-wise. And sometimes that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
That you're so exhausted, but you're having a great time.
Yeah.
So feel what you need to feel. It doesn't have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
Everyone's Christmas can be something different. Because you're the only one who's going
to remember it. So
absolutely.
Remember it the way you want to.
And now I shall step off
and
my
now
soapbox.
You should step up. And we should do a roundup and just talk about what is our favorite of these that we've mentioned? Like,
I would say, I have to say it's a tie between Christmas and Ted Lasso.
Yeah, mine's Supernatural and Ted Lasso.
I think Ted Lasso because it's like, again, it's not about the gifts and it's not about that. It's about bringing joy to each other and being a family and being a community, and you can be that family with anyone. Yeah, you know. And I think Christmas, again, same theme. You know? It's like from Ryan's perspective, they're not your blood family, but they're your family. Yeah, you know? Yeah. Whereas like Supernatural, they are blood family, but then, you know, and the circumstances they're in, and like, but they want, like, they give each other, again, it's not about the presents because they give each other just stuff from the gas station. They need. Yeah. But they're together in a time when Dean really needs it. Yeah. And that's what's it's about, being together, really special as brothers. It's about being together, and then of course, you know, Ted Lasso is about being together, and making your own family. Yep. So So we're hoping and praying that everyone listening to this will have an amazing Christmas, whatever it may look like, whether it's a big Christmas with your loving, beautiful family, whether it's a, Christmas that you're traveling, safe travels to those who are doing that, have fun. And if you're going to be, a quiet Christmas for a couple, or even if you're by yourself, whatever you do, just, be joyful and happy, and, hopefully there'll be peace.
Yes.
So we're going to take a bit of a break over the Christmas New Year period, and we'll come back in January.
After a long break.
No, we're being realistic. We're being realistic.
We'll come back in Jan.
We'll come back in Jan, definitely. We'll come back in Jan, and we'll have a whole new episode for you guys. And we'll have some more things that we will divulge about what we're going to be doing next year.
Okay. You guys can't see, but the hands are flying around.
I talk with my hands.
Well, so do I. But I'm just saying.
Well, considering all the chaos before we started, I think this went off pretty well.
Yeah.
So, this is not an edited episode, essentially. I will not be doing major edits on this.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys like this.
Yeah.
Very raw version of us.
Raw.
I went off on a bit of a tangent at the end, but I was feeling stuff,
She was feeling the spirit of Christmas. She
spirit of Christmas. I needed to say my piece.
She wanted to spread peace on earth and goodwill to all men.
I mean, I still do.
Yeah.
So for everyone listening, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
Happy New Year,
and we shall see you on the other side. I will not see you.
No, talk to you on the other side. Why do we always do this? Honestly, let's just stick with Let's just stick with saying see you and then correcting ourselves to talk to you, because that's just our thing now.
It's happened every time. Oh, we didn't do the weather report.
We didn't do the weather report.
So we're going to end with this. We start with it.
Yeah, we're going to end with the weather report. Quickly. So
it's technically we're in summer.
It don't feel like it.
What is Christmas Day supposed to be like?
I don't even want to check. Don't check.
I won't tell you.
I will cry if it's really bad.
I won't tell you. Hang on. Let's see.
I will actually cry right now while the mic is in front of me.
What is Christmas Day? Monday, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm so scared.
I will not tell you.
I'm just going to stop praying now. I'm praying for a miracle. Dear God, please turn the weather around.
Yes, pray for a miracle, sister. That's what you need to do.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, thank you for listening to us.
And we will see you /talk to you next time.
All right, bye.